You're watching the new CTV. And this is Focus with your host, Paul Dingaman.
Well, welcome to another edition of the Focus program. We've got a very interesting show lined up for you today. 5 big segments. We've got lots of things happening in the Blue Water area that you should know about, and we're going to tell you about them with our first set of guests with Lynn Grover. Welcome back to the Focus set.
Thank
and
you.
Carolyn Hardaway. Nice to see you.
Nice
Welcome
to
back.
see you.
You brought along a friend this time.
I did. Somebody more vivacious.
Right. You guys are on the front page of this last week's Voice with the story, big story here about the Bootlegger Ball and the Winter Whiteout in St. Clair. Big 4-day event. What's going on?
We have a lot going on from Wednesday to Saturday, from our competitions for the St. Clair Poet Laureate and the Bootlegger Balladeer. Then we move into Thursday for the ball, and then Friday is S'mores with the Chocolate Harbor at Rotary Park.
Ooh, I like s'mores and Chocolate Harbor. They're both great combinations.
Sounds like a pair made in heaven.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, of course, we have all our children's games on Clinton and at the Plaza. And then there's a couple of new events at the Plaza as well.
Okay.
And one of those is a Snow Princess contest.
Oh, those are for the little kids?
For the young ladies, yes.
The young ladies?
From 0 to 12.
Oh, that's great.
This is very
Carolyn,
exciting.
you're involved again?
I am very happy to be back. And just so everybody knows, if they would like information, there is a Facebook page for the Winter Whiteout. It's Winter Whiteout at St. Clair, or you can go to www.stclairontheriver.com, and it has all the information that you need. And I am really involved in the Bootleggers Ball this year. We are very excited about that.
This is a very secretive thing.
It is. It is.
Only party I've ever heard of that you're not telling anybody where it is.
No, and there are tickets available at several locations in town, the St. Clair Wellness Center being one of them. And once you purchase your ticket, you have to call Stubbs, and he will let you know the location of our event. And
So-
it's promised to be a very fun-filled evening.
But you're not telling anybody?
No, well, because if the police find out, I mean, we don't want them to raid us.
gendarmes.
So, yes, so we need to be very careful. But it's a great event. All the proceeds we're going to donate to the St. Clair Art Association.
Oh, good,
So, yeah, it's a really, really good time. So I really hope that people will come out.
You guys brought along some pictures, if Evan will throw them up here for us, of 2010, which was the kickoff year, and there was actually a thing in St. Clair called snow then. And there's a possibility there might be snow this year.
There might.
What's going on here? Just talk me through these.
This is the championship snowmaking competition that's on Saturday. And we compete with 4 other cities of similar size, Saline, Zeeland, Three Rivers, and...
I
sorry.
can't think of the last
Whatchamacallit.
one. But yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead,
And
Evan.
at the same time, we, in the 2-hour period, with only 50 people at a time, build as many snowmen as we can. And I think this year we got 87, but we were beat by another city that
Yeah,
did
they-
420.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Oh my God!
So they were serious, or they had serious snow.
Yeah.
So
Okay, and
You
this
can
looks
see
like
the-
the team putting them together.
Yes.
So you truck snow in if there's not snow in the area, and I understand you have been saving snow.
we have been saving snow, but with the warmer weather, it probably is a little...
Maybe we'll do shredded ice.
Yeah.
What do we got next here?
But we do stockpile snow when we get it before the salt gets on.
People are having fun.
Yes.
This is part of still the snowman building teams.
Okay. Kim?
And then with,
Now this is a familiar face, and it's a chicken bowling or something. What is this?
frozen chicken bowling.
Frozen chicken
Yes.
bowling, and that is the bowling alley with famous Mike Laporte's face on it.
Handsome guy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
Next.
that's with the games on Saturday.
Oh, this was the singing entertainment, I think.
Opening ceremony.
Yeah.
For our winners of, I think this was just a song at this time.
Right.
We added the poetry the 2nd year.
Okay, next. Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler all dressed up and being warm with their famous buttons on. We'll talk about the buttons here in a minute. Go ahead. And then the party begins and people get warm. And you
Well,
just
this
flip
is-
through these,
yes.
Evan. Go, keep going.
This is actually at the competition on Wednesday at LaCroix's.
Okay.
We have the judges there, and people stop by and watch all the competition happen.
Mr. Beaver and his
Yeah.
crew. It's a good crew. Just keep rolling through them there. There's Dan Lockwood.
Yeah.
And Michelle Gauthier
Okay.
from the chamber.
So that sort of gives you the feel of well, how the previous year was. That was 2010. And Nancy Wills had taken those pictures, and we thank Nancy for those. So let's review again when this weekend is.
It starts the 24th, the 23rd, next Wednesday starts. The St. Clair Poet Laureate and Bootlegger Balladeer competitions, their entries have to be in by Monday the 21st.
Okay, Tom Kephart from CTV is going to be the host of that, I
That
think.
would be awesome. That's great.
Yep. And then on the 24th is the Bootlegger Ball, and that is from 6 to 10. And again, if you would like to know where, you can purchase your ticket.
It's a secret.
And yes. And then the 25th, we have the S'mores in Rotary Park, which the Chocolate Harbor is putting on.
more my style.
And there also will be entertainment at all the bars and restaurants in the area too. And then Saturday, we kick off with the snowman competition. And then after the competition, if you want, you can adopt a snowman and actually come and decorate them. We ask, the businesses and local people in the area. It's something fun to do with your kids. And then we have the Princess Contest, ages 0 to 12. And then actually at 3 p.m., they're doing a really fun, in memory of Ed LaCroix, the wait staff race right down Clinton.
Wonderful.
Yes, so everyone is invited to that.
good
And
guy.
then from noon to 5, while that is all going on, we have the games along Clinton where you can do cold butt euchre and frozen chicken bowling, and the fruitcake fling is back this year. So it's just a great time,
What
a
was
great
the cold
weekend.
butt what?
Cold butt euchre.
What is cold
Well,
butt euchre?
use your imagination. You have to play euchre while sitting on blocks of ice.
Oh.
So, yeah, it makes for a quick game.
Oh.
So, yeah, but it's just a great weekend. Bring the family, come on, have a great time out of doors, dress warm, and let's have some
Let's
fun.
talk about this wonderful hat and the button on the front of it here. Talk to me about it. What's the significance of the hat and the beads?
These are the winter whiteout buttons that you can only get exclusively for coming to the winter whiteout. There's just limited supply, so get them while you can. And I think we have one for every year here. And then Lynn, what did they do with the beads? What
The
were
beads
those?
were the restaurants did.
Restaurants did
Some
beads.
Yeah, when you went
and-
into the restaurants, you got the beads, and just for participating in the weekend.
Well,
So.
we want everybody to start praying for snow.
And
So
I
that
think the children also got a hat when they did the Frosty Carnival at the plaza.
Okay, great. So it's just a family, fun weekend. You don't have to leave town and go north. You can do it right here.
Right.
Stay in town, spend your money, have fun.
And we will be out there no matter what the weather,
Yes.
no matter what the weather,
Just for the fun.
just for the fun.
Yeah.
Ladies, we salute you. Always
you.
you do a
so
wonderful
much.
job. We'll have you back and get a report after it's over. We'll be back with our next segment. We've got all sorts of wonderful things going on in the area. Stay tuned. It's a reason to get out of bed in the morning. That was the headline in The Voice. I said at the top of the show, this particular edition of The Voice magazine has lots of the guests that we have here on the Focus program. This program, returning Laura Nessel from the Council on Aging and the Foster Grandparent Program. And then two wonderful principals from the wonderful East China School District, Joyce Lemmer from the Pine River Elementary School, and Mrs. G. Wanda from the Palms Elementary. Welcome to the district.
Thank you.
And welcome to CTV, and you've got a great school there. The last week at the school board meeting, you were highlighted as a exemplary school. What was
Reward school.
the- Award school?
Reward.
Reward school.
So we're the top 5% in the state.
Wow.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Very exciting. It's awesome.
Palms has always been sort of a unique little family group. Not anything against Pine River, but everybody's different. Everybody's unique, and Palms has had a very uniqueness about it for years and years.
Yes, it's a wonderful little community school. It's just that small town feel. The students and the parents and the staff all work together very well. It's just a fun place to be.
We had Laura on a couple weeks ago, and Laura, you promised to bring back these ladies.
And I did.
Tell me why they're here.
Well, Joyce has 2 foster grandparents at Pine River Elementary, so she wanted to come and share the role that they have there and the way that they contribute. And then we're trying to recruit for Palm School because they have no grandparents there right now.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
yes.
Well, Joyce, tell me about your foster grandparent people.
Well, you know that if you need some nurturing, a little TLC, any kind of a little boost or some spoiling, someone to believe in you, who do you turn to?
Yep.
One person you can always count on, a grandparent
Mm-hmm.
in life. And so in October 2003, when Laura came to Pine River and she proposed the foster grandparent program, it was like, yes, this is something that we could really benefit from and would be wonderful to have in our school, like another set of hands, another set of eyes. We're not a Title I school, so it seemed like a perfect fit for us. So we actually have had grandparents since 2003. And our first grandparent, Miss Grandma Martha Klemp, has been with us since 2003. And this year we brought on board another grandparent, Jane Duffy. So we have 2. And through the years we've had, you know, sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, and they come back. Martha's been consistent, and now Jane is also.
What do they do on campus?
Well, they do, they really work with children with special needs. They do a lot of different activities with students. They work with our at-risk students. They work with students from kindergarten all the way through 5th grade. They work one-on-one. They work small groups. They work with the teacher. They get teacher direction. They work with English language arts, reading, writing, spelling. They do math. They do everything, and they are busy from the time that they come in. 16 hours, right, Laura? I believe that they are
Both of those are there 16 hours
16
a week,
hours,
yes.
and they are utilized every minute of the day. They're part of our staff. They're part of who we are, and it's funny to see them. They love working with the students, and the students truly listen to them. When they say, you need to sit down and do that writing again, you know, there's nothing like a grandma to say, yeah, you need to do that again, and they sit and do it. And the kids call them grandma. They think of them as grandma. They're part of our school. They are part of my staff, and they are truly valuable on the staff. They've made great gains. In fact, when I was looking at some pictures to prepare for this, I had a picture of a student that Grandma Martha worked with when he was in kindergarten, and now he's in 7th grade, and I thought, wow. You know, the impact. So they get to know children through the years, working with them from often kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, all the way through.
Wanda, what will you hope to do with foster grandparents?
Well, we are hoping for a couple of things. One is the same thing that Joyce is talking about, just that emotional nurturing, just for somebody to care. And children seem to build a totally different relationship with the foster grandparents than they do with other people in the building. So what we've noticed in the past, the experience that I've had with the foster grandparents has been phenomenal. They respect them much differently and look at them in a much different light. So we're hoping to get somebody in to help us maybe during lunch with some of those students that need mentoring. And then we're also hoping that maybe we can get somebody to help us with a reading program, because like Joyce, we're not a Title I school, so we don't receive any extra funding from the federal government. And so we're hoping that maybe we can implement a reading program with that person with training, along with some volunteers that we have in the building. So we're very excited about it. If we could get just 1 or 2. We would like a grandpa too, if we could get a grandpa.
We could use a grandpa.
We could really use a grandpa. They work really well with some of our boys that need that, and so that would be helpful. And we're looking for a grandma because we actually have a couple of little girls in our school that really don't always have a female role model for them, so we would like to have that for them as well. So,
Okay.
yes.
How do people get involved? They've heard what the foster grandparents do and what the need is, so how do they get involved with you?
Well, if they come into any of the 4 senior centers in the county, or they can call me at 987-8813. Palm School does have some information there, some flyers, if they wanted to come to the school and pick up a flyer also. So any of those ways.
There is pay involved.
It
Not
is,
necessarily, though.
well, there is. They must be at 200% of poverty or less, and there is a small tax-exempt stipend to help enable them to volunteer. So
Pay for their
that's
gas.
Yep, not a cost burden to themselves. Yes.
Okay. Do you have to do screening tests and all that kind of stuff?
We do, for the schools, we do all the background checks, including fingerprinting. And then we also train them before we place them, and we support them in their placement. And we work very closely with the schools to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Okay. 987-8813.
That's the number.
Laura Nessel is your
Yeah.
name, and it's the Council on Aging Foster Grandparent Program. It's an exciting program, and it certainly has been proven successful. So,
Very
any thoughts?
successful.
Yeah.
They work under directions and guidance from teachers, and so they will work with a particular teacher for a while. Like we have Mrs. Williams, who works very well with Grandma Martha, and then Grandma Jane works with a number of different teachers at different grade levels. They really follow students, and we have to send in reports of how they're doing, and we feel we get support from the Council on the Aging and the Foster Grandparent Program, and it's a wonderful program. It is just wonderful, and it does great things for kids.
And if people
Really.
are scared to call Laura because she's so tough,
Come on and see.
they can come see you, either one of you, and you'll
Yeah,
direct them.
they could come and see Grandma Martha and Grandma Jane in action and actually see, what they do and what their responsibilities are, and see that they get just as much, the grandparents get just as much from the program as our children do, because the grandparents have said, like every year Grandma Martha says, well, I might not come again next year, and then she'll come in the fall and say, they need me.
Yeah.
They need me. The kids need me, and they do need her, and she needs them, I think, just as much. And so it's really a reciprocal program. It sure is.
Great.
It's so positive.
I do want to add, too, that we do have a grandparent at Gearing Elementary in East China School District, too. So Grandma Hazel's there, and she's been there for a few years, and they provide, wonderful recognition for her, too. So.
Okay.
And anyone that is interested in the program eventually has to come through me, so you can't avoid me.
It's an easy number, 987-8813, 987-8813, Laura Nessel, and we thank you for coming back and bringing these fine ladies.
Thank you.
See you soon at Palms.
Yes, thank you. And we really do. We would welcome them with open arms. So we would love to have some help.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
The good invitation for you, pick up the Voice newspaper from last week, and you'll see the big story about this program. It is a reason to get out of bed in the morning, certainly a good reason to get out of bed. We've got more interviews coming up in just a second. Project which is new to us here at CTV, but is not new to the St. Clair Walleye, Lake St. Clair Walleye Association, is their annual ice fishing event. It's the 16th annual one, and joining us to talk about it today is Mark Tews and Don Murray. Mark, welcome to the Focus Set.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
I do.
Don, nice meeting you.
You too.
We have a mutual friend, your wife.
Really?
Great
Yes,
lady.
Sue.
Great lady, Sue Yaks. And talk to me about this event. What is it all about?
What it is all about is we started 16 years ago as members in the club. Membership was getting larger, and a lot of kids were involved, and we decided to have a kids outing for them for the winter time. And now it has grown because there's a lot of people out there that never been ice fishing before. So it is now we've gotten up to the point where we're almost at 500 kids.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Is there any ice this year?
as of right now, I got the report today. There was 4 inches of ice at the boat basin. Usually we have it at the day sail area at the Lakes Metro Park, and now we're going to have it on the boat basin side because there was no ice in the lake this year to speak of. So
Just amazing what's going on.
I got
isn't it?
4 inches of ice report today, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, the weather report is that there's supposed to be 8 degrees in the
Right.
morning both days. So at least I have 6 inches or more of ice. I should be fine.
When is the event?
The event is January 27th, and it runs from 9 to 2.
Okay. And you said located at the Metro Park, day sail launch near Surfside Shelter.
No,
No?
That's been changed.
Oh, that's been changed.
The boat basin now, just to
Okay.
be on the safe side
Yeah.
for ice back there, the
Yeah.
boat basin.
Sorry, you just mentioned that. Don, what's your involvement?
Well, I'm helping Mark out. I'm the president of the Walleye Club at this particular time. So like Mark said, it's been the 16th annual one, and there's a summer one also that goes on. But this one, like Mark was saying, to get the kids something to do, show them what ice fishing's all about, try to get more kids involved in things besides texting and everything else that they do nowadays. But it's another story. But anyhow, that's
When they're sitting over the ice, the hole in the ice, can they text when they're?
yeah,
hopefully not.
hopefully not.
But no, the club guys in the club, they'll put their shanties out on the ice. We'll drill holes. We'll have warm-up tents and hot dogs and chilies. I don't want to say too much because we'll have 1,000 kids now. But then we just take them out there and we'll have guys in the club that are actually in the shanties and stuff, showing them how to fish and hopefully catch fish, you know, all that type of stuff.
It's always scary for a child, a young person, to put a worm on or to go fish and then get the fish off the hook. Is that what you do? You help them get through that experience?
We have club members that come out and specifically I put them on the ice just to show the kids how to do everything, because it's a lot different from summer fishing because you're using a little depth finder to get your depth, you get your bobber set, using a minnow and wax worms, you don't even use a worm. So we teach them everything. We try to teach them. The guys, I have Mark Sack, comes down from Emily City. He's sponsored by Jiffy Ice Auger, so he brings a big 10-inch ice auger and drills 100 holes, hundreds and hundreds of holes for us, and to show them other gas augers. And then we get Joe Baylog and some of the bigger sports fishermen guys come out, and they bring their sonar units, and they bring their ice shanties, and they show them the cameras. We have one charter boat captain, Jim Branton. He brings his camera down, puts the camera down so that we can see the fish biting the hook.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's quite an event. It's really blossomed out too.
And you're up to 500.
We've had
young
up to
people.
500. Yep. When I have good ice and nobody gets too scared of the ice, a couple years back there we had 500 kids come out to Metro Park there and had them on the ice.
What is the state of fishing in the Great Lakes and specifically
Lake
in
St. Clair has been awesome. As it keeps getting up, we're getting nice batches of perch now and bluegills and crappies. My nephew was out there yesterday over by the Harson's Island. He got the limits of crappies and bluegills. And
through the ice.
Through the ice, yep. And then Cookie and Joanne, a couple of people in our club there, they were over there at the boat basin today. I didn't get the report, but they were getting fish over there at Metro. In fact, they got a lake trout this year over there right off of Metro.
How about the St. Clair River?
St. Clair River, I don't know because people don't usually generally fish it this time of year, but I have fished it over the past years and got a lot of salmon out of the St. Clair River this time of year.
So the fear of the jumping fish is still
There's
a real fear?
That's a real fish story,
yeah.
let me tell you.
It's a fish story.
That's a real fish story, in my humble opinion.
Okay.
They're around.
They're about this big.
Yeah. Well, I could go into a whole history of that stuff, but
Well, we'll have you back another day for that.
but like Mark was saying, Joe Baylog, he's a kind of a bass champion pro throughout the country, really. And then Mackey's Baits, he's supplying all the minnows for this. So we're getting some help from local community, or
they don't have to,
businesses in the community, basically.
It's strictly a free event. And
Free,
they don't.
free. We
They'll have to pay to
bait,
get in the park. But yeah, we'll have. I have 500 fishing poles there for them. We have Mackey's Bays bringing all the bait, all the minnows in for us. Lakeside Tackle supplying wax worms and prizes. Bass Pro Shops. It's endless about the involvement I have in this now.
I want more information. Where do I go? I got a phone number. You got a website too?
Yes, Lake St. Clair Walleye Association.
All one word.
All
Lake
one
St. Clair Walleye Association.
Yep, and then my number is 586-557-3767. They can
That's
call
an
me.
easy number. 586-557-3767.
Yep.
And you'll get back to them.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you guys came along. We'll have to have you back
Well,
often.
bring your cameras out and take pictures.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
It's too cold. It's on the ice.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you much. And it sounds like a fun event for the family, for the kids. That's Sunday, so you got Winter Whiteout going the same weekend in St. Clair, and then you can go Sunday and fish from 9 until 2, and just check Lake St. Clair Walleye Association.com.
Yes.
And that'll have all information, or 586-557-3767, and ask for Mark, and they'll take care of you. A couple more segments coming up, very important ones, one with Special Olympics and one with Jonathan Meldrum about Rotary Club of Port Huron. We'll be right back. One of the active groups in St. Clair County and really all around the United States and around the world is the Rotary Club and Rotary International. In St. Clair County, there are numbers of chapters. There's Algonac, Marine City, St. Clair, Marysville, and Port Huron. Joining us today is Jonathan Meldrum, the president, current president of the Rotary Club of Port Huron, Michigan. Welcome to the Focus Set, sir.
Thank you for having me.
You are having a big project up in Port Huron, and the Rotary is involved in it. And what's it all about?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for having us on the air today. Really, what we're focusing on is a collaboration with the Community Foundation of St. Clair County. We are doing an outdoor classroom along the Blue Water River Walk that the Community Foundation, with the support of Atchison and Atchison Ventures, donating that area of the river walk to the foundation to maintain. We are going to be taking the top between 100 and 200 feet. The exact footprint has not yet been determined, but there will be an outdoor amphitheater built out of limestone seating, so it will be similar to like an outdoor half-circle classroom for children of all ages to enjoy the beautiful riverfront, to watch freighters, to learn about the natural waterways, to learn about fish and plants and animals. And so it's really going to be a really great location. It's going to be called Rotary Park. So it's really a great collaboration between Community Foundation and ourselves. It's something we're passionate about, and looking forward to getting it off the ground.
You said 100 feet. Is it going to be along the Black River or the St. Clair River?
A good question. It's actually across the St. Clair River. So it is the furthest north point just south of what is now Vantage Point. So at the point of the Black River comes into the St. Clair River, just south of there is going to be like a ferry dock, which is going to have a railroad area, which I'm sure there's going to be some exciting things going on there. But it's going to be just a really nice area. We're going to landscape it. We're going to beautify the area. It's a real natural waterfront for those who don't know what's going on. So not like the Riverwalk down in Detroit that's very hard and solid, and it's not really ideal for fish. The idea here is to make it very natural shoreline. So we're going to fit along that same idea. It's going to be called Rotary Park. So that's really the project we have going on. I'm really excited about it.
It's not a physical building. It's going to be an outdoor park. It's not an indoor.
No, it is not an indoor. It's outdoor, and so it's really the landscaping, the beautification, setting up areas for people to be sitting, relaxing, and just spending some time and enjoying the riverfront.
So what's the involvement of the Rotary?
Good. What the Rotary is doing is we are raising funds to actually beautify, so to say, the area. So the amphitheater will be provided, but it is just the bones. We are going to be doing all the area around it, providing seating for around the classroom setting, putting in landscaping, trees, plants, maybe some brick paver walkways, all that type of nice stuff to really make it look nicer along that Riverwalk area.
Who will be teaching?
You know, we've spoke with a few different individuals, you know, within the Port Huron Area School District. We've spoke with the YMCA. We've spoke with the SC4 and some other people that are going to be able to bring people down there for field trips, and children will be able to be down there. So all different people will be able to use it. We're thinking potentially people could use it for small events. It could be for small concerts. It could be for small receptions, weddings, things like that, potentially right along that nice area in what's going to be called Rotary Park along the Riverwalk.
You mentioned that you're going to be involving money. Are you looking for money?
Yes. So that is one of the main things that I'm here to talk about today. Is we do an annual fundraiser, which is going to be our Rotary 3 Grand Slam, which unlike some fundraisers where you go and it just costs you money, this is a fundraiser where you can win some money. So walk out with much more than it costs to get in. The tickets are $125.
Okay.
It includes dinner for two at the Elks in Port Huron.
Okay.
It is really a very nice event. We have a silent auction prior. We have a live auction during. But the idea of how this night goes is every person gets a ticket that's put up on a board. We have a big wheel with all the tickets that get put into it. We pull one out. That person wins $100 back of their $125.
Oh.
Every 10th person also wins $100 back. And the third place winner usually wins somewhere around $400, second place $600, and the grand prize winner $3,000.
Wow.
So it's really a great way to get people to come,
Yeah.
get excited about helping a good cause, and you know, you could walk out with you know, a good couple of dollars in your pocket.
And a full belly.
And a full belly as well. And the food at the Elks has been fantastic. We had it there last year. We used to do it at the Thomas Edison Inn. With what's going on with the construction there right now, we will plan on being back there sometime in the future. But the Elks does a fantastic job, so we're looking forward to it there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So people can help you that way. Do you need volunteers to help? Do you need new members?
Yeah. You know, new members would be great. Definitely, Rotary is always looking for people within the community, mostly business leaders or people within nonprofits or educators, those types of people. We meet weekly. We meet at noon at the Masonic Temple up in Port Huron.
Okay.
Again, we used to meet at the Thomas Edison Inn, but we'll hopefully get back there in the future. Becoming a Rotarian is a great way to help out. Really, our motive and what we really try to focus on is service above self, and that's truly what we believe in, is helping others and putting their wants and needs above our own. So not only is this Riverwalk something we do, we help many nonprofits in the community. Hunter Hospitality House, one of them. You know, we help with the YMCA, we help with the Senior Olympics. There's many things that we do and we've donated funds to in the last few years. So, and one thing about this project that we're doing is it is about a $35,000 to $50,000 project. So we haven't exactly figured the dollar amount yet because we don't know exactly how much footage we're going to have. The architects are still working on this, but we're trying to get the message out, get the funds started to be raised to be used for this project.
So repeat again how I can be involved with the Elks Dinner, and that'll be a way to raise money for you.
That would be great. The best way to help is to actually join us and to purchase a ticket that night. It is February 1st, which is a Friday. It starts at 6 o'clock. To purchase a ticket, you can contact any local Rotarian. I have a phone number as well, which is 586-945-9676. And that number will go directly to myself, and I can get you a ticket. And if you cannot make it, we accept donations to just buy the ticket, and if you win, you still win the prize. So you need not be present to win the prize. Okay. So, you know, we really only sell 150 tickets, so you have a pretty good odds of winning some money back.
Yeah, that's pretty good odds.
Yeah.
586-945-9676. That's an easy number, 945-9676, and you can get your ticket.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you. We look forward to the support.
Thank you for your patience today. We had a series of real interesting segments. So
it's my first time here, and I like what you guys do here. So I hope to come back sometime.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Mr. Jonathan Meldrum,
thank you,
president of the Rotary Club of Port Huron, Michigan. We're back with a friend by the name of Adams, who's going to talk to us about Special Olympics and diving in some water. Right? Oh, that's cold. We'll be right back. An organization that's very involved all over the world also is an organization by the name of Special Olympics. Joining us today, this afternoon, is the Director of Special Projects, Mr. Jim Adams. Welcome back to St. Clair, sir.
Pleasure.
You were here just a few weeks ago talking to the Rotary Club of St. Clair, giving a presentation about a very cold project. Talk to me about it.
Sure, it's a cold project, but it's going to give you that warm feeling
there
inside.
There you go.
Well, it's a little bit of a different idea, but what we're doing is Special Olympics Michigan is partnering with the Water Warriors, who are of course have a very large presence here, but who raise money for Special Olympics Michigan. But we are going to introduce an event called the Polar Plunge here in St. Clair on February 24th.
Just the thought of it is.
That's right. Yeah, it's a crazy idea, but we found that's one of our signature campaigns for Special Olympics Michigan across the state. We do 27 of them across the state.
Of the polar?
Of the polar plunges.
Wow.
We do them from up in the UP and Marquette and Sault Ste. Marie.
That would be really cold.
Exactly. And then we do them, all the way down through the southern part of the state. We have Monroe happening this weekend. We even do one on the steps of the Capitol with our legislators. We'll be jumping in there. And then we also have one at the Big House this year at U of M. So, but our highlight one, or one we're really proud of, is the one we're bringing here to St. Clair. here for 2013.
Where are you physically going to put the people in?
Sure. We're going to, first, when people come and sign up or register, we like to have people pre-register, so we'll have a check-in night, or check-in time at the Voyager at 1 o'clock. And then we'll do a parade of plungers, and we'll go right across over.
I'm visualizing a guy walking along with a plunger.
There you go. Some do. You know, it's we encourage our participants to wear costumes. We kind of make it a party, kind of a celebration. So we'll have our plungers walking across the street over to the boat harbor at about 2 o'clock. We'll put them in and have them all jump right off the docks there from the wells into the water there. We have the St. Clair County dive team will be there helping us out as well.
I hope so.
Yes, and so they'll cut a hole in the ice. If hopefully there is ice. If not, we'll just jump right in the water. And then we'll go back over to the Voyager for a post-plunge party and have a good celebration with
warm up with some hot cocoa.
Exactly, among other things.
Among other libations that are available at Mr. Laporte's hangout.
Yes, and they've been a very good support of us. We've been very happy with Mr. Laporte and the Voyager as well.
He gets quite involved in community activities, and he does it all year long, and certainly loves his town and supports his town. So that's great to see. Talk to us about Special Olympics. There's a great history of Special Olympics in Michigan, up at Central Michigan University, and the Kennedy clan, and their give me a little bit thumbnail sketch.
Yeah, the funds raised from this event will go back to support athletes of Special Olympics Michigan, and our athletes are individuals with intellectual disabilities who want to who have a chance to participate in sports. Too often, people with intellectual disabilities are the last ones picked, or when they're picking teams, or they never even get a chance to participate. So this provides that opportunity. Through our programs, it gives our athletes an opportunity to learn about or feel a sense of community and build self-esteem too. But we serve 20,000 athletes across the state.
20,000 in Michigan.
20,000 athletes all across. We cover every
wonderful
corner.
Number.
Yeah, we run it with our programs are run at no cost to the athletes. So so that's why the funds we raise through this event are so important, so that our athletes can feel free to participate in any one of 27 different sports that we offer across the state of Michigan as well. So our athletes right now are practicing for our winter sports. We have our state winter games coming up up in Traverse City at Grand Traverse Resort, which will feature downhill skiing, snowboarding, speed skating, those kind of events. But throughout the year, our state summer games are held up in Mount Pleasant, where our headquarters are at on CMU's campus. But our athletes are able to participate in as many sports as they want to throughout the year. We run, along with the winter games and summer games, we'll run 7 different statewide competitions as well for different events. So they get an opportunity to compete at the highest level possible for them. And even with that too, kind of as a world sense as well, we coming up on February 24th, a delegation of athletes from across the United States are going to be part of Team USA as they head to Korea to compete in the World Winter Games that are being held there by Special Olympics. So we have 2 athletes from Michigan from the west side of the state who are going to be able to compete on a world stage. And when you see the Olympics, this summer that we're on TV, the glitz and glamour and the show and the fireworks, it's the same thing that our organization puts on for our athletes to compete.
How do I get involved here? Do I register?
Yeah. To get registered, we welcome people to get registered with the Polar Plunge. Any ages can come. I just had a call from, I guess, a young lady of 86 years old.
Oh, wonderful.
Who said, you know what, this is on my bucket list. I want to do the Polar Plunge. And all right, come on down. But to register, anyone can just go and visit SOMI.org. Yep.
O-M-I. Oh.
Yep, .org. So Special Olympics Michigan. Okay. But SOMI.org, and they just click on the Polar Bear button on our webpage right there, and they can find the St. Clair Polar Plunge off the list of plunges from there.
That was February 24th.
Yep, which is a Sunday, and it's a suggested donation of $75 to participate. And we don't necessarily want people to donate $75. We want people to go out and raise $75. When you go and register, you can create yourself an online fundraising page. You can go out and just send that far and wide, ask people to donate. And people think it's such a crazy idea. They're more than willing to get out and support to see a lot of people go in the water. So
now we're going to see Mr. Laporte in the water?
I don't know. We're working on him. We certainly we were welcoming him there. But you know, of course, you know, if you're interested, Paul, we'd love.
I'll be out of town.
Convenient.
I will be going for a warmer climate.
Yeah, and but it's a great time. I've plunged 3 years. Be doing my 4th year here. You know, so it's a living testament that you can survive it. And
survive.
you know, I've been healthy every time, not getting sick or anything like that. But it's a great time.
A great local person, Mrs. Meldrum, down at Fifth Third Bank, who's very active with the Wirtz Warriors, right?
Yep, yeah. Darlene, she's one of our great water warriors who are riding their jet skis, and they figured it was time to try something out here in the wintertime as well, and partnered with us to put this event together here since they have a strong presence here in the St. Clair area.
Well, we'll keep talking it up, and we'll be on the lookout for all those wonderful people on the 24th of February in their costumes jumping in the water.
More than welcome, all ages.
What time is the jump going to be?
Yeah, the plunge will be at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Registration will.
So the water will be a little warmer.
Yeah.
Won't make any difference. Won't make any difference.
Not when it gets to that temperature, that's for sure. But yeah, all ages are welcome, and please go ahead and register ahead of time. And or we will take walk-ups the day of as well. More than happy to put as many people in the water as we can.
Jim, always a pleasure to see you.
Appreciate
you do wonderful work, and we're glad to support you. That's about it for this edition. Been a very fun segment. So lots of segments, lots of information. We thank you very much for tuning in. Till next time, Paul Damon. Thanks for watching.